Hi guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome me back. So what are we doing here? This calendar, yes, calendar events. And the last thing I was able to do with the project was, if you listen or background noises, because I'm just watching some news. But this is the last thing we did. Like we made this like responsive to hovering, and now it is going to show the time. The needed how can you say this, like the needed amount of height, the needed height in order to show up all of the data. So we have title, we have time, and if you go to the commits here, like day number, how do you check the comments of the commit? Whoa, this is a very old commit. It's just because I'm in dev. I'm in mine. So it says set index, but the previous commit to that one is going to tell me, hey, fixing data formatting calendar event box inner text algorithm to handle overlap. So we're gonna attack these today. Tackle this out if possible, the algorithm, at least planning the algorithm, starting it. But the first thing we need is to fix data formatting calendar event, because we don't have a legend or previews. How do you call when you write a text and you have like something like this, name, age, I don't know, height, whatever. How do you call the left side texts of the the ones before the column? The column? Is that the right way to say that? Column, yes. Labels. We don't have labels for this. So how do we add this? Well, very simple. This doesn't have a... we can just go with title. And here we're gonna have... just so you know that I'm already using the Logitech keyboard, no longer using the Razer one. So we're not gonna have like a problem with the keyboard anymore. Again, this is not a tutorial. It's just me like struggling here, like complaining about the project, pain points of the project, and trying to solve them before creating the course. Maybe in the future with more fluent. I think that for you to be able to learn to code faster, just repeat your projects like 3 times. You have no idea how many times I've repeated previous projects, and it's really hard for me to forget how I made them or how they work underneath. So you usually become more fluent when executing things, and fluency when executing things is going to drive you to fluency in planning things, in architectural decisions, because you've done so many projects that you in so many times, so you have the pain points of the projects clear. And all of these guys are going to tell you like, oh, you need soft skills, oh, you need a bunch of stupid things, like you need to know this framework, and you need to know a bunch of bullshit that they don't even understand how it works. They just don't keep it simple. You just need to make things work, but in the appropriate way. So Why am I saying this? Title, start time, and whoa. Okay, title and time, start time. This is very good. What did I do here? Hey, what was this? Like, this shouldn't be like this. Okay, anyway, deploy this source to work. Let's just update this. Honestly, I think we need like a bottom shadow, you know, for these guys, for the a bottom shadow for the style font size. Let me just take these into a class. Okay, class, like, I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Class, we're gonna use like calendar events labels. But you could just, like, you know, if calendar event box, just, well, whatever. Box labels, label. Okay, and yeah, I just completed. Why don't you complete it? Okay, font size and font weight, I'm gonna give you like 700. Is that okay for you? Is there a big font? I don't think it is, to be honest. Is it resizing properly? Why the title is not resizing properly? I'm really confused here. Do we have an H5 or something? The title one, the H2 is not resizing as it should. Calendar events box label, but with this it should. I don't know. There was something really weird right there. Deploy this source to work. Do you have the VW or not? Yes, it has a 2 VW. And daily thing. Okay. Sorry, but where is the? Am I using this class? Yes, class H4. Do we have calendar event box? Like, but we could just, you know, do this. I think we can just move it here. Calendar events box. Maybe let's just leave it like that. Daily. Okay, that's good, but you're not taking. Why do you put PX in there? Like, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. We need to make this bold. But no, yeah, that's right. I didn't want to make all of it bold. I'm gonna have to put this within a span or something. Is that possible? Like, can you span it? No. Just span. And, span. Okay. Now this span is gonna have this beautiful class, or we could just, you know, let me just try this span. Is this valid CSS syntax? I just want to make sure that it works for span. That's it. And I'm gonna take this into here. Deploy. So only you are going to have the bold letter, the bold font, not letter. Okay. What just happened? I'm sorry. Like, are you guys repeating the same? What? Yeah, font weight. Only you are within the span. Oh, it's because not only you. You need to put that right here. Now the problem is this span. Working with the with this space. That's gonna be a problem. Maybe daily. Oh no, it worked perfectly. So good job. We are going okay with this. And yes, you might be wondering, like, why don't you just put a date picker? And it's just that I don't want to. Why would you put a date picker? It's not. I mean, the focus of the calendar is just, playing with Lightning Web components, not to create like an official thing to jump into in a specific date. But we could do. Why not? I could just do it like I just put a button like jump to and just put a put a modal or something like that, or just click and whatever. Because I don't like date pickers as they are right now. But yeah, you would have to customize that with, I don't know, like whatever title, and let's just put the shadow at the very bottom of this guy, calendar event box, like bottom shadow. I don't remember. So how do you put light, not light, a light dark shadow in the bottom border of a div? Yeah, I know. Just give me this piece of code. Just like this. Box shadow 4.8. And why is this like get smarter responses, upload files or whatever? So shadow moves downward, blur amount. Whatever, I don't know. Blur amount is like these Gaussian, blur or whatever. I just want to see the overlapping ones, like we guys had, like this. Oh, that's great. And I have it on hover. I would like to be not on hover, but wait, what? What is this? Why is this not always showing up? Calendar events, event of box. No, this is a mystery. Why is this shadow not working since the very beginning? What? Oh no, it is working. It's just that when this, we bring the Z index. So I think we're. Yeah, you're kind of right. Let's just put it at the top two. I want a bit of the top two. top border. Why is this top? Ah, okay. I guess this is the direction. Something. Box shadow, just like that. So we don't depend like on the hover just to see this separating shadow. So what was it? I mean, today, where is today? Here is today. Is it 10? Oh, but I can just not jump into the days from the monthly view. So let's just go to today. It was here. Was it here? We have these. And where the overlapping ones? Oh, this is a joke, isn't it? Like this, like it. This one. So now you can see like a separation, and you can identify that the second one is with a higher Z index value than this one. But when we do this takes the front in the Z index, in the Z axis. Okay. Good with that. So we're gonna have to create a checkpoint here, because I'm gonna let me just go to daily. How does this look like here? Okay, that is very good. Wait a minute. Let me just try to test the case. Like, if we do this, we're gonna have that problem. Like here. Okay, so if you don't, and also the width should be auto. We should apply the same thing for width. I don't know, but let me just go to this functionality or whatever. Asus Zenbook, let's just go to this BS. And I would really like to have a title that I don't know. Do we want to have a title in there? iPad mini, this looks nice. iPad Pro, nice Galaxy or whatever BS. You're just like using your fingers to scroll. Okay. Whatever. 2 of May. 2 of May? 2nd of May. Is there any problem with my network? Oh my god, I did something really wrong. What just happened? Let's just go here and that's it. Calendar events manager. Okay, that's great. I was just testing the phone view. As you can see here, we should do the same for monthly. But in the case of the width, I don't know what's wrong here. Why is this? Why do you take me there? Is that normal? Is it normal behavior? What the heck? Boom, 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 boom. Very fun. Symptom. The details needs to refresh it. It seems like Galaxy Fold or whatever BS has a problem. Or maybe just my calendar component. Have you ever considered that, Sam? Okay. Let's just change to iPhone 12. I wanna click on the next one, but you're just taking me to a classic stupid view. Why is that? Oh my gosh. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to send this to me. Like, let me just darken the screen for a moment. So I'm gonna open my WhatsApp. Okay. WhatsApp. Are you for real? Okay. I hope this is not a bug. This is a Chrome bug. I hope it is. Like, I hope it is not like... And the only one I can prove it is just... Let me just... come here and... whatever. But this is very weird. I just go to calendar events. And let me just put my custom resolution. What the fudge? Calendar events manager. Shut up, calendar events manager. Let's go here. Let's go to daily or whatever. Okay, that's good. Today. Okay, that's good. But maybe it's I'm using something wrong. Monthly? Huh, now it's working. What the heck? Yeah, I know I'm not sharing the screen, but what? This is a weird daily. Okay. I don't know what the problem was. It is working now. Anyways, I'm gonna send it to my phone. I'm going to test it from there. Like me, where am I? Okay. Just send it. That's great. Let's just show you the screen again. Let me access from my phone. I'm gonna have to copy the user too. Please. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Let me just take the user and copy it to my phone. The username. Personal information. Copy this from web WhatsApp. Me, and here is the username. And now let's just go back here. I'm sharing you again. I'm sharing the screen again. This gotta be a joke. Okay, copy. Just paste it. What? No. I don't understand. Like, if I am copying the username, just copy this one. Okay. Let's just log in. This is dumb. What's wrong with you? I don't want to save the password. Okay. Okay, I'm missing it. Okay. Great, so this BS is not working. Amazing. Maybe I'm just gonna have to copy all of the URL. Okay, great. So maybe now you will be able to log in. Clipboard, this one. Or maybe that's no longer my password. That could be the issue, you know? Okay, login. Let's see how it goes. Oh, that's great. Now you're sending me a code. Yeah, I was using the wrong password. Give me the code. Yes. Pasted. Verify. I don't know why this is like taking me to, you know, Salesforce Classic. I don't get it. I don't really get it. I can't believe it. Like, why? Show me later, please. Let's just go here. I can just switch from this to Lightning. Service launcher. Great. Why is my Lightning can be disabled per user profile. URLs containing things like 001. I can't even see the URL here. I don't see like we have nothing like that. Maybe I should access from directly from Chrome, if I'm not wrong. Where the heck is Chrome? What? Wait, what? Delete it. What the heck is this? Why does Chrome open like that? No. Confused. Like, why do you... Well, anyways, just clipboard. Copy link. Okay. Paste it. Is it working? Yeah, great. Oh, we could just go, you know what, to login Salesforce and that's it. Login Salesforce. Let me just paste the username. Okay. And the password. You remember me, please. Instead of sending me a dumb code every time I try to log in. Impossible. It's gotta be a joke. Should be the last one. Okay. No. Salesforce just run as in classic mode and that's it. Like your org mobile settings. What do you mean? Salesforce mobile app? Is there any like that? I don't think there is. Is there anything like that? I don't think there is. Ultra. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, just try to get the Salesforce mobile app if it exists. Mobile app. Really? Okay. I was hoping click my avatar, switch to line experience. No, I don't even have the avatar showing up in there. Like, I don't have it. My settings? Yeah, I usually... You show me... Manage my charter, change my password. I'm definitely not able to do that. No, I don't even... I see my name, but... I mean, let me check about... Yeah, whatever. Oh, this is a joke. You can't just use anything nowadays without logging 10 times. a bunch of stupid authentication steps. Should really think. Okay. Now you're sending me a code. It's gonna be this one. I will just paste it here. I guess this is a mobile app. Okay. But setup, it's not gonna change anything. Like display and layout. Like accessibility maybe. I'm just trying to do it through the Chrome, through the web, not the app. My avatar, no, it's just that the avatar doesn't show up. It's just that only my name and you're already in a Lightning-based mobile UI. So almost up with the avatar. The profile and there are a few ways to verify. Lightningforce.com. I don't have a stupid link. Man, I can't see the link, the URL of the current page. What is this? I have Chrome open. I see the part of the URL in the stupid search bar, and as soon as I click it to see the entire URL, I know it has Lightning. So that's the URL I used. Yes, I mean lightningforce.com. Object tabs across the top, very old blue gray. Then that will be classic, whatever. Oh, shut up. The UI has motor and cars. Dude, I'm a Salesforce. You're stupid. You're very stupid. No, I don't want to allow this. So here I am in the app, just waiting for this to load. Or whatever, you can view this, you don't have permission on because the page isn't supported on mobile devices. Which stupid page? Which one? Like home? I wanna go to calendar. Yeah, Udemy calendar events manager, and I'm clicking into the page and I can see it here. Oh, this looks amazing. Well, not amazing as, but well, I guess we have to use the app and that's it. What really bothers me about this is don't we have like a 15 minutes block or something? So I can test the hover. Okay. Oh, amazing. So hover does work in the phone. Oh, that's great. This is great. I like it. So what about it? Like, yeah, we could just put a big icon right there. That's it. But yeah, it looks good. I like it. I like how it looks like. And that's it. So why was I doing this? I mean, I just wanted to check how this looked like in the mobile screen. And yes, seems like we just have to use the app. So I'm gonna do a checkpoint here because why? I don't know. So I was trying to, I mean, this is I think is good. The title just breaks into the next line or something like that. But I think you're missing the overflow for this one. We're missing like an overflow with the, so let me just check this, because you're gonna go overflow hidden, but where is the ellipsis? Okay, text overflow ellipsis. And let me just go back here. Do you think this will work? I hope it does. This belongs like to you, so I don't know what is special with recording these kind of videos, but even me is sleeping. I get so sleepy. It's like going to sleep by myself. Oh, here we have a oh no, it's shrinking, but she's just not like, you know, breaking into the thing. So the span, maybe? No. Hidden ellipses, white space, no wrap. Overflow hidden. A day column, I'm gonna give you an overflow hidden. Hidden. Yeah, that's great. Maybe this is a problem. You also have to be using overflow hidden. And as I usually say, maybe that is the problem. Let's come back here. Let's come back. You hide the overflow. You definitely do it, but for some dumb reason, these guys are not. So maybe I should just take this white space within the calendar event box, H2 and H4. I've seen it like this. And let me just steal this from you. That's it. An overflow hidden again. Like, I don't know why. I don't even know why, but tell me why I'm nothing but a heartbreak. As far as I know, yeah, no, it's working. Much better now. I like it. So just shut up. Tell me why I'm nothing but a break. Stop time. It looks good. Okay, here we're gonna create our checkpoint. Okay, it's very simple. How do we create a checkpoint? I like it. The checkpoint is very simple. We just take our changes from Git, and we are going to polishing some calendar event. polishing? Come on, be specific. What did you do? Adding shadow to top and bottom borders of box. It's not adding. It is shadow to top and bottom borders of box. Added. And the other one is, what else did I do? I don't remember it. Do you remember it? Adding ellipses. Ellipses when shrinking. I was added to calendar event box data. Display data when shrink enough. And there was another change that I just don't remember. Do you remember? Oh, adding labels. Labels added to calendar events boxes data. Box display data when shrinking enough. When shrinked enough. Okay. I was gonna stage this. Committed. Give branch. Give push. The problem is we're gonna prod destroyer. I like to come here. I usually like to come here and create a compare and pull request. And I'm gonna go to, and I'm gonna merge dev into main. Checkpoint of UI, checkpoint of project before starting. Implement calendar events overlapping algorithm. Okay. Daily and monthly view are almost completed. Monthly is still missing on hover stretch and on click and click redirect to daily view. That's it. Weekly is still not implementing the calendar event display logic is still missing. Okay, create pull request. Let's try to stop using the mouse. Hey, who's going to approve the pull request? Well, just me. It's very simple. We can just like reviewers, just me. There are not reviewers like prod. I can even review it myself. So merge pull request. Oh, what the heck? Merge it. Dude. Are you for real? I'm just gonna merge the same. Confirm merge, that's it. Tell me why I'm nothing but an array. 9 commits, a bunch of commits, and we're gonna have I kind of want to put some jazz here. Oh yeah, so at the very end Strickland won the fight. I didn't want to give my preference yesterday, and I don't know if I shared it with you, but I'm very happy he won. I was just expecting that he gave like glory to God or something like that. But you know, Strickland is just such an animal. Maybe he was too excited. It's very hard sometimes to remember that, but it is how it is. Things are not going to go in a different way to what God's want them to go. So I feel like I'm not gonna say anything about it, but this guy Hamza, he's a pretty nice guy. Like, honestly, not gonna lie, it's like you can see it. You just can see it. It's like kind of person. Many of these guys were just like bullied and whatever hard childhood they had. They usually have a really hard childhood, and they're like, there's nothing else for me to just let all of that anger go out, and that's it. Which is pretty honorable, I would say. Much better than becoming a thief or whatever bullshit. Of course, that we always talk from our positions. I'm just a programmer who sit down here, like, just very comfortable from a chair, but it's not just a matter of situations, it's just a matter of foundations. If your foundation is not God, you're practically up to everything. Like, you're practically up to sell yourself. Like, you have a price. But usually when you have God, you don't have it. There are things that no one can buy or corrupt from you. And many people, well, I don't gonna have this conversation, but these guys were dominating, or are still dominating the octagon of MMA. All of these Muslim guys, and yeah, if US just don't glorify their God, as these Muslim guys usually do it, because they always like scream Allahu Akbar or whatever before a fight, and after it, you should be doing the same. If you say you respect your nation and your Christian fans and your Muslim fans, just glorify your God. But yeah, I don't know him. I don't know if he's Christian or something. But maybe it's just ignorance from him. That maybe he just thinks that he built himself up. But no, God took you through all of that and made you the man and the fighter you are right now. And you may saying like, no, I did it myself. I didn't. You didn't do shit, dude. If God wanted you, you would have just been like I don't know, like 5'4" inches guy instead of a 6-foot monster, and you could have just born in a very poor country where you would never get, good food in your childhood. There's a bunch of factors to be whoever you are right now that you didn't control, that you never controlled, and that you didn't choose. But well, anyways, I was happy with the fight. I knew that if he were able to handle Hamza's hands when he was on the ground, it was just going to be a striking fight, because Hamza was not going to invest more energy in trying to get him down, or he would just gas out very fast. I think both of them were very intelligent. Hamza is, of course, in a kind of a disadvantage because of the weight, but I think Strickland is just almost the same height of Hamza. But yeah, I don't know, maybe Hamza has better bone density or whatever, but he was really suffering when cutting the weight. I'd have liked to watch an X Division fight. That's it. Let's just wait for Topuria versus Justin. That's it. So, why am I talking about fights when I should be, planning my algorithm? So, what we have now is a big problem. If I create, or as you can see, forget about this. At some point, we could just sort them. But at some point, you could just have two events at the same time, and one of them is going to be hidden by the other. So it's going to be this situation: documents like calendar, whatever. So we're gonna have situation like, why is everything filled with math? Whatever. I'm gonna explain all of this. Forget about it. Oh no, those three I cannot delete them. This is a very confusing board. Okay, just like this. Is there anything else I need to be aware of? Doesn't seem like there is. What do you need from this? Nothing. Okay. So we have this situation here. Whoa. We have this situation. Let's just draw, our column. Dang, I hate to draw blue line columns. And that's it. Okay, whatever. Let's just create something like this. But the thing is, we're going to imagine we have our daily column like this. It is usually very wide. And the problem is, the very punctual problem that we have is, we might have these two guys. Let me just take them into here. But I want to stretch this one. What a horrible effect. But what else can we do? In fact, I like that style. If you look at it carefully. And there's also this guy. I'm gonna try to... not even close. Okay. And you have this guy right here. We're just gonna be able to see the last one we added, because they occupy the same time space. So it's just going to depend on how they are arranged in the array list. There's source of data, which is this calendar events list. Yeah, we're gonna be missing one of them, which is going to be behind it, and then hover is always going to be stolen by the most or the latest in the Z index, or the closer in the Z index to our site. That's a problem. That's quite a problem. So, but we have many situations here that we need to talk about. Why? Well, the first thing is very simple. And this is what I thought about. Like, after like trying and trying, we just, yeah, I know the solution is gonna be sound very dumb, but it wasn't hard. It wasn't that easy to figure it out. I spent like an entire 2 days thinking about it. Maybe I was rusted. But yeah. So if we have two guys in the same whatever, but the thing is like this. When you put one event, you're going to create a group. Okay, that's what you're going to create. A dump group. And the group is going to be, let's just create it here. We're going to create a group. And the group is practically the same time. The same time of the same time of the first event. So we put an event, let's say from 10, I don't want this color, let's say from 10 to 11, right? Let's just say this is 12 or whatever. Let me just make this guy a little bit taller. Okay, from 10 to 12. To 12. Right? That's good. And maybe we just had this guy from 10 to 11. But the first thing is just when you put a calendar event, you're going to have to create a copy of it, which is going to be a group. Or calendar events group. Okay? Calendar events group. And this guy is going to come from 10 a.m. to 12. Like, it's gonna have a start time and an end time. Let's just put that in here. Why, if I am just putting you after, why don't you just, this is so dumb. Start time of the group, end time of the group. That's good. AM, PM. Okay, great. Now, the problem is that this guy is going to come here. I don't know. This one could be, this could be from 10 to 11, right? Let's do it again. Okay, from 10 to 11. And the other one is from 10 to 12. That's good. So this group is going to have to hold, well, practically, we're going to have a map of groups, right? How could we, just, there are many ways to do this. But I don't care. We're just gonna have this in an array or a map. All of these calendar events groups are going to be in an array or a map or whatever. The only important part is that you can query them. And this guy has a child, which is this beautiful calendar event here from 10 to 12, which is the one that started its existence. So we are immediately having a child to parent lookup, of course, in JS, because all of this needs to be handled in the line web component JS. Now, when this guy comes here, it's gonna check over the map or the list if there's a group in which it should fit. So it founds this group, right? And now there are going to be two pointing to it. But look at this group. This group is just going to have a width, which at the very beginning is just the width of the day column that we have. It's not going to change. At least we resize the component. And that will be handled later. But let's just handle it for a static situation. So at the very beginning, you're gonna have the width that is gonna be from 0 to hero. No, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. From 0 to whatever. Let's say it has a 0 to W, and that's it. That's your width, your original width. But depending on the amount of children that you have, now you're gonna have to split that width, and you're gonna have practically 2 columns. And here is when I have to introduce these sub columns, and the group is gonna have a number of columns, of course, in which you're gonna have to search for a space when getting added to that group. And let me explain it in a very different way. So now this beautiful group is gonna have an attribute or something that is called column width. It is going to be the original width, or the current width of the of the main daily view column, and divided in the amount of child calendar events that are generating columns. It's not based in the amount of calendar events. I'm gonna tell you why. Because this one is going from like 10 to 12, right? To 12. And let me just unify this as an image. And now this is going to be like this. Now we have these this thing here. Okay, that's good. But this is because there was an overlap at the very beginning. So if there's an overlap in the column, that we could just detect it at the very beginning, because that's very simple. You're gonna have to go column by column in order to be able to do this, but the thing is, it's generated to columns, but there could be another event like this one, this one that is not going to go from 10 to 11, but from 11 to 12. And this beautiful event is going to be, I'm sorry, but you are too tall. Just something like this, like, I don't know. I just stretch you a little bit. You know what? Okay. Just like this. Because this one doesn't need a column to fit in there. I'm sorry. But how we know that we can put it here? The thing is that we're still holding the max or the earliest and the latest times. So you're gonna search for a space through the columns. We now know that this guy is gonna have 2 columns that can be like 2 objects, 2 more children objects. And we have 2 columns, column 1, column 2. Let's put column or whatever. And the column 1, now this guy is gonna be here, like in an array. There's a bunch of guys that are going to be here. But what we're going to do with this event, damn, I got infected with hantavirus or whatever. Okay, is let's search in the column 1. And this guy is a child of that column 1. Let's get through the column 1 children. and let's see if there is a space for me, or I'm overlapping with any of the, any of the calendar events. And you can see that you're overlapping with this one, so you are just not going to be here. So the time is already taking. Is there any calendar event that is overlapping with me? And the thing is yes. The answer is yes, because you share time with these. How am I going to do the algorithm? I wouldn't be able to know. I haven't thought about it, but it's not that hard. How would I test that 2 times are overlapping? It's very simple. It's just that, or your start time is contained in this range, or your end time is, and that's it. It's as simple as that. So in this case, your start time is contained, not your end time. Or, well, your end time is, but we're going to make that exclusive, because if you go from 12 to, I can start from 10 to 12, and I would start at 12, I would perfectly fit here. And you need to be more than the start time or less than the end time. Either of you need to be that in order to be considered overlapping. So in the column 1, I won't fit. So now I'm going to the column 2, and I'm going to check, and I check that I'm not overlapping, because as I told you, this is exclusive and not inclusive. So if I am just not less, if my start time is just not less than the end time, and is not, and at the same time is not later than the start time, I'm not contained here. Now let's check this one. I'm also not contained here. So I'm gonna be placed within this column, and the column is just going to give you the width, because the height is not going to change. Your height your vertical position just depends on your time. That we don't have to recalculate, but we have to recalculate the width of your space, because we need to get that from width divided in columns amount, CLA, whatever, which is going to be this. It's the width divided in 2. That is going to be your width. And of course, your starting position horizontally is just going to be that width, this width, the column width, times the index of the column you belong to. Because if it is -1, but yeah, the index starts at 0. For this one, it's just going to be like 0. For this one, for the second one, it's just going to be 1. So that's going to be your starting position, and so on. And that's it. And this sounds simple, but in terms of data structure, it's not going to be that simple, because as you can see, I'm going to have to determine when to create a column, and that decision is taken after comparing the calendar event with all of the columns. So at the very beginning, your column width, you only have one column, and if you don't fit there, if you run out of columns, you're going to have to create a new column, and all of that needs to be resized. And we're going to have to kind of recalculate everything. We're going to have to kind of recalculate everything. So all of these guys are going to have an ID. All of the... Well, we know they have an ID, but we need to store the list of the group. We need to go over the events that belong to the current group where you're going to be contained, recalculate the widths, and we're gonna have to query all of the elements, the HTML elements. So we're going to save them within columns. So this is going to be, I would go to a map or something like that. But yeah, there's a third case, which I mean, I would collide here. Let's say this starts like at 10:30. Let's just delete this in 10:30, something like this. You're practically going to collide with all of the. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. So yeah, you're practically going to collide. Here in this column, there's no space for you. I'm gonna be like this. In this column, there's no space for you. Nor in this one. Nor in this one, because you'll be here. So in that exact moment where we would gonna have, because we ran out of columns, so at the end of the for each, if you're still not fitting into any column, we're gonna have to add a new column here, like column numbers. We need to calculate that column amount, and that will be increasing every time we have a calendar event that doesn't fit in any of the columns. If that is the case, now we're gonna have to create a column width. We're gonna have to recalculate for it. Now each one of you is going to take the third part of the original width or whatever. I think it's something like this, right? And you would start like here, and we would have like this situation. But they would look much better. I mean, we will be able to identify them without completely overlapping the calendar events and completely hiding them. And now this will create 3 columns, and the next calendar event that belongs to this group is gonna try to find a place in each one of the columns. Even if not, we'll repeat these calculations and repaint all of the children in the columns that we can query from the query selector and whatever. We will recalculate their width, not their heights, their widths and their left position. The left position is also very simple, as we are using absolute positioning. I mean, the width is very simple. We can just columns amount. The width is just the width divided this column width, single column width. Columns amount is just the original width that we had for the. And also we would have to think on but I think that recalculates every time. Don't worry about the resizing event. But this is the thing. But there is another problem. There's another situation. And might be a problem for us. This is like the basic situation. Is like 80% of the algorithm, I would say. But the other problem is 2 groups are going to collide sometimes. Let's say this is our first group, but then we have another group like this. Like this, we could have another group like, hey, I'm starting at, I don't know, here. Let's just remove the times. Let's just remove the times. And let me just do this again. Okay. So let's say we have at the same time there's the same situation happening here, like this. Let's just put it like this. We are adding blocks here, and this one for some dumb reason overlaps in both groups. Huh? What are we gonna do? But the algorithm is very simple, but it's something that we need to consider. We don't want this to happen without us controlling it. We don't want this to cut us out of guard. Catch us out of guard, if I'm not wrong. Count or catch, whatever. The thing is that, hey, I'm going to be overlapping, or I'm going to be overlapping with two groups. If that is the case, we're gonna have to detect how many groups you are overlapping with, because there might be 3 groups, like let's say this is one group that we have here, and we have another guy in its own group, like right here, and you are just like, I don't know, like this height, and you overlap 3 groups. So what are we gonna do? Well, it's very simple. We're just gonna or at least that's what I think. We're just gonna take the first group you overlap, and we're going to go over all of the next groups. And we're just gonna add each one to the first group. Like, hey, do you have a space column for me? Yes. Do you have a space column for me? Yes. No. So we're gonna have to break gain everything in columns, and it will recalculate. So we're gonna have to take whatever is in the other groups is gonna be added one by one, like if they didn't belong to the group at the very beginning, and the same logic is going to be executed. So that's another case that we need to consider. So the first thing that we would need to do is determine how many groups I'm colliding with, or how many groups do I fit in, how many groups are in which I fit in. So the steps of the algorithm are going to be this. Let's just type them here. Like, first stupid step, create a group per calendar event. Then every time a calendar event is created, first, this is gonna be second, because we're not gonna create a group if this already exists. So the thing is, but well, yes, is there any other group in which I fit? Search a group, search if there is an existing group in which I fit, in which the calendar event is contained. Okay. By time. Next, to create a group per calendar event, if not contained, if did not find a parent group on creation. Third, I don't want to do this in an algorithmic way. I like this way, but if it did not find a parent group on creation. yeah, at the very beginning, it's just search where. There's gonna be like a map. Is that okay? We could just go with a map with the start time and end time, and do a map of a string or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to do this. Search if there is a calendar. Search if there is an existing group in which the calendar event is contained by time. Yes. Now the thing is, yes, there is. In the case if there is, just, check. I'm sorry. Iterate. Now let's just remove the indexes. Iterate over the columns of that group, searching for free time space. And now we're gonna have another two paths here. Just get added if you fit. Add calendar event to that column. Calculating width and starting position. In fact, it's not width. Using subcolumn over the group subcolumns. Groups subcolumns, a group subcolumn, searching for every time space. Okay, I can't do that to calculate using columns with starting position. Now you point. Yeah, we're also gonna have like a map within the map. It's as simple as that. So yeah, it's just a map of a map. If not, just create a new subcolumn to hold the calendar event and calculate and resize group calendar events widths and horizontal positions. Horizontal position. Starting horizontal position. Starting horizontal position. Yeah, that's kind of it. Great. Listing group or groups in which the calendar event is contained. If it is, there are gonna be 3 cases. So this is gonna be the first one. Iterate over the subcolumns. Okay. Now, if it is not contained, just very simple. But if there are multiple groups, search if there is an existing group or groups in which a calendar event is contained. Over the group subcolumns. Okay. Now the problem is add yourself. I would take you to but cache or something. Cache the groups that are going that the calendar overlapping. Oh, it is with double P. Yeah. Catch the groups the calendar event is overlapping with. And you're practically going to but that one might be not overlapping. But if it doesn't overlaps, it isn't going to change the yeah, I'm gonna have to consider them all because just if I break a column or something, let's say these are two different groups. Let's say these are two different groups. Look that if I don't consider this group too, if for any dumb reason I start to overlap more and more, just because they fit in the first group, I might get into this situation. So I always need to be aware if the calendar event time overlaps more than one group, because I can recalculate them and join them into one and only one group, and that is gonna be good. But yes, wait a minute. Wait a very specific minute. Yeah, I could pile them like blocks. But I don't know. I could pile them like blocks. Because, for example, this is gonna be a different group. So this is gonna occupy all of these. But as soon as I add this one here, let's say you fit here. Look that if I don't consider this group too, I'm going to overlap it. Horrible. I don't want that. So you are going to be considered as a calendar event of that new group. And you're going to be here. And they might be wondering like, okay, if you are there, why are you not taking all of this space? It's very fun, you know? Because we might also do that. Oh, stash. If I'm going to add a feature, we better consider it before starting to code. So let me just check Teams calendar. Dude, calendar. Why are you searching everything in Spanish? Like these. All of these is what I want to check. Okay, like here. Look, for example, these. If I added a new calendar event, would it take this? If I would a calendar event that fits here, would it take all of this space like a puzzle? Or would it just take a small column right there? I like this way of showing them up, but we don't have an example of that. I would like to. I just don't want to create a stupid Microsoft account just to check the calendar. Let me just use my. I'm just gonna mute the screen for a moment. I was going to go to Outlook, and I'm gonna try to go to calendar and create this situation. Do we have calendar? Yes. So tomorrow is Monday. Let's just create a new event. Monday from, I don't know, man. Yeah, but the time is gonna be 9 a.m. to 9. Well, the first one is gonna have to be 11 a.m. 2 hours. Okay, that's good. Save it. I don't care. Where is it? Oh yes, here we have it. Now let's create a new event. Let's just create it from. Let's just simulate the situation. It's like. Nine to 10. 9 okay to 10 a.m. Okay, save. Then we're gonna have one from 9:30 9:30 to 10:30. 9:30 to 10:30. Okay, save. Let me check how this looks like now. And this is great. Now let me just show you. This is how this looks like right now. Can you do this? Or oh my god, I just messed this up. No. Yeah, this is perfect. Like, my question is now, if I go from 10 to 10:30, where would you be added? Okay, 10 to 10:30, save. Oh, yes. They calculate this. Delete. And if this is the case, like I put you here, will you be fitted right there? Let me just check from 8:30 to. Let's just move this a little bit up so I don't have to scroll that much. Okay, that's good. We know that it will add it there. Now let's just check in the upper right corner if it gets added, like 5:30 to 6 a.m. 5:30 to 6 a.m. Save. Oh, it looks great. But now let's just edit this one to okay, 5:30. Sorry, this one just went here, 5:30 to 6:30, and you got moved right there. But look at this. Look at what I'm going to do. I want to know which one would you pick if can you clone this? Okay. From 6 to 7, I'm going to create a new one. From 6 to 7, I'm going to create a new one. Okay, great. You recalculated. But now let me just delete this. And let me just check for 6:30 to 7. 6:30 to 7. Beautiful. Okay, that's great. Not a problem. Not a problem. Let me just delete it. And let me just stretch this one here. Stretch this one here. Stretch this one here. And shrink you here. What? So if I do this, shrink you here, you're gonna... Oh, you also have kind of an algorithm. You order them by heights. Look, you order them by heights. Okay. That's great. Let me just because what I would do here is just no, let me just go back again because I need to test another situation. Outlook. They should still be there. Here. Here. Okay. Delete. What do you think could happen here? So now let's check this. Look at this. We're gonna join the groups with a guy here that is gonna start at 7:30. Look at this. We're gonna start at 7:30, whatever, to 8:30, 1 hour. Oh no, you should go like 7. That's it. No, this one. It is okay right there. But I'm going to add one from 6:30 to 8 and see what happens. 6:30 to 8. Save it. Yeah, it joined them. As you can see, it dang joined them. But they don't take, I mean, there's always, they take the remaining space. If they have more space than what they need, look, they just fit themselves right there. Okay, that's great. So let me just think about it. Yeah, 2 minutes. Because I need to go to sleep. We could just... Yeah, we're pretty close, to be honest. Because this is the situation we were having before. Like, we're gonna have this guy, we're gonna have this guy, but when I add this guy to the next group, this is going to take the width of this column. And the problem that I see here is that, yeah, like this one needs to be, it is going to overlap here. And you are like, yes, I'm contained. If you added this, you are contained. So what you're gonna do is, hey, do I fit here? No, I don't. So do I fit here? Yes, I do. And you will be looking like this, you know? But I mean, there's no possible that there was something here. And if there was, I'm sorry. And if there was, you would have just this here. And you would have to take this place, right? You would have to take, like, hey, you start here, you're gonna have to start here. Let me just remove all of this. But what I mean is, hey, can you take this space? It is very simple. Like, can you go from here to, because you're always going to get the first column in which you have space. That means that all of my are going to tend to go to the left, like in the team's calendar, because they are practically going over the columns one by one. The first one, they have space to stretch, they're gonna go there. The problem is that I'm gonna have to keep, if I want that behavior of Microsoft, I'm gonna have to keep asking to the other columns. I will have to avoid stopping, you know, avoid stopping over a column. So you're gonna be added there, but you're gonna keep going until you find an overlap, which is not gonna happen. Because if there was an overlap, it will be here. Yes? I mean, you think that this guy might find an overlap here. Like, hey, you have an overlap here. But that is not going to be the case. Because, let's see, this one would have been added. Or let's just say that we have this event here, which is the only way this would be overlapped. But that is just going to be, we would have to sort it by height, as the Microsoft Teams does it. Because if this is very tall, you will be there in the first column. But come on, doing all of that is gonna be, that's something that you want to to explain in a course, because that will be more like of an algorithms course. But we could, it's not that hard. We could just like go over and like if you change the time, So it is always putting them by order. So you're gonna be like here. We could just put you here, and you could just keep going. And hey, in the next time I'm overlapping, no. Then just keep stretching. And the next, are you overlapping? Yes. So let's just keep your last width. Let's not add more than that. I don't feel like this is gonna look bad. But it will be helpful for us to see the longest duration one at the very left, because we are left to right readers. We usually care about the longer one first. So how would you sort it? That is the main question. Yeah, I get it now. No, I'm not just thinking about sorting, because it's just as simple as sorting with whatever JavaScript standard function. But I mean, now every column is gonna have to have a max height, a track of the, yeah, it's a very. I'm just thinking if it will get more complex than that. It's not like the more complex of the algorithms, but has many branches to consider. We could just keep track of the highest or the tallest. I don't know, like 90 px or whatever. This one tallest is just gonna be 500 px. So this guy has a taller event, so we should put it first on the line. Yeah, but if that is the case, let's just take this one out of there. Let's say we have someone like this. Where do you put the? I'm just, hey. Thank you. Okay. Let's say we have this situation here. You're overlapping with both of them. Yeah, the tallest or the highest is gonna be first, like this. But you might be not overlapping with the other one, with this one. There just might be like another one. Like, hey. Let's just take more of those in case I need them. Okay, just move them here. Let's just consider this situation like, hey, I am here. I'm just a little bit but we could have like, I'm being dumb. Like this. We could just have this situation like here. Hey, I am here. I am here. Just like this. Which I don't think is gonna be the situation. Because... and we would have to resort. This is the problem. But this is the new, case. Because if we have this... and for some reason we get another one like this. Let's say like this. Which should be here. What we might be doing is putting you here. And taking out the events to the next block, It will be something like this. And in fact, it will be something like this. It will be something like this, and like this. But the thing is, what if you have like this? Let's say an event like this. Will this one, if I put it here, would this one bring you here? Like, clack. Would this one bring you here? Which would take these guys here. But this is simple as that. It's as simple as adding them. You would just reorganize all of that, adding them from the tallest, from the longest time to the last one, because the process would be like this. Age, you can just put this like here, and now this one is gonna be here, this one is gonna be added here, this could be here or whatever. Or could just be added here, just like that. You would just be sorting them by height. You will be prioritizing taller events. But in this case, this guy would come here, as you can see, and this one would come here, and these two would have to be like this. Am I right? So let's just do this situation. Let's just create like this is gonna be 8 to 9. This is gonna be 9, 15 to 10, 15. This is gonna be from 10, 15 to 11, 15. This one is gonna be from 5 to 8. This one is gonna be from 7:45 to what? 10:30. 10:30. This is gonna be 10:30 to 11:30. This is gonna be it's curious that I want to see this specific case, like when you just touch this part of the group, will you still be organized by height? It's just that I'm not a really good designer. So by me, I mean, in which concerns to me, I would just leave it like at the very beginning. I wouldn't care about the widths. Maybe I could just try to, continue the iterating if you can just get stretched more, but no more than that. Like if you don't find more space in the next columns, just forget about it. But sorting them by height might be a good design idea, because we tend to do this. Oh, I have a meeting, the longest one, oh, this one, and then the shorter ones. This is 10:30. This is gonna be 8 2 11. Wait, what? This doesn't start at... Wait, what? I'm confused. 9:15 to 10:15. Yeah, it will be 1 hour. 10:15 to 11:15. This is gonna be like 10:45. It's 10:30. Why not? And this is going to be 10:30. What's your time? Oh yeah, this is perfectly aligned. 8 to 11:15. So this one is a bit longer than this one. How long time do you have in here? Because you have, look at me. I think this is maybe not from 5, but from 5:30. I think this one is 5:30. Oh my god. Wait a minute. How can you just... This is so stupid. How can the shape just be above or over the last thing I wrote? So I said this is gonna be 5:30 to 8. So this one is gonna be like to 8:14, I guess. 8:15, I'm sorry. From, I don't know, we can just put like 2 a.m. I think 3 a.m. is good. 1, 2, yeah, 2 a.m. Just do that. But let's just add them in a very different order. This one will be first. Let's just index these first. This one is 3 and 15 minutes, 3 hours and 15 minutes. This one is which one is this? 7:45 to 10:45 will be 3 hours, but this is 2 and 45 minutes. This one is 3 and 45. This should be 3 hours long, But if that is the case, well, how long time do you have to... Yeah, so this is the way it should look like, if I'm not wrong. Oh, but that is a problem, because you guys will be relocated here. Am I right? You guys should be relocated there. So this is gonna be the first one. This is the second tallest. This is the third tallest. And this is the fourth tallest. And the other ones are just a tie. Let me just go back to the Outlook and calendar. And let's just forget about this, forget about this, forget about this, forget about this, and forget about this. This is a very complex algorithm, to be honest. Well, not very complex, but many edge cases. New event. Just let me start with the very first. Is there a way I can just... So we have 5:30 to no, let's just start by 10:30 to 11:30. So okay, 10:30 to 11:30. Okay, 11:30. I'm sorry. That's good. I just heard like a dog. But don't worry. Now 8 to 9. New event. 8 to 9. That's good. Let me just mark them. This one. Now 9:15 to 10:15. Let's just go with 9:15 to 10:15. 9:15. 9:15. Whoa. To 10:15. Save it. Oh, that's great. You're not overlapping yet? I think it's because you should be, one image. Okay, that's good. 10:30 is just like here. Something like this, I don't know. Whatever. So, which one did I do? 9:15 to 10:15. Now things get much better now. 10:15 to 11:15. 10:15. Nice bug, Microsoft. 11:15. 15. Okay, now it's start to get in shape. 8. Let's just go 7:45 to 10:30. 7:45. 7:45 to 10:30 a.m. Save. 8 to 11:15. 8 to 11:15. Save it. Okay. No worries. That's gonna reshape. I think I have this and this one. 8 to 11:15 and 7:45. Yeah. Now let's go with this 5:30 to 8 a.m. If I'm not wrong, this is gonna be here. But look at these. Wait a minute. This one is longer than this one. It's much longer than this one. Well, not much longer. 11 a.m. to 11:50. I'm sorry, 3 and 15 minutes, and this one is 2 hours and 45 minutes. So you're not sorting them by that. Let's see what happens when I add 5:30 to 8. Yeah. 5:30 to 8 a.m. Save. Okay. But now, look how it moved. It moved something. Oh yes, it took this one to here. It swapped the columns. So the column with the highest total is the one that is going to go first. You know? Very weird. Because if I added blocks here, they would occupy 2 of width. Now let's just add the 2 to 8:15. 2 to 8:15. Save it. What did I miss in my calculation? Oh, this one of course was going to be there. This one of course was going to be here. This is your length. This of course is going to be here. And it's almost as I thought about it. What is this one? 8 a.m. Yeah, how could you just put this here? At the very end, what was this, man? Are you kidding me? You were gonna be located here, which is exactly as it is right now, 10:30 to 11:30. What if I add from 11:30 to 5 p.m. 11:30 to 5 p.m. Save it. It should have been 11:15. I'm sorry. 11:15. Okay, save it. Now look at that. Let me just add another one here. 10:15 to 11:15. Another 10:15. 15 to 11. Hey man. To 11:15. Save it. You're gonna be here. And let's just stretch this beautiful one. 11:30. 30. Save. You messed it up. From 2 to 11 and a half, we have 9 and a half hours. All right. Yes, from 2 to 10 is 8. To 11 is 9. 9.5 versus 5:30 to... This one is much longer. You didn't organize it by that. You didn't organize it. That way. Yeah, I mean you put it here, but you didn't swap. You didn't swap columns, because this one is much longer than that one. I can just move these into, like 8:15 to make sure that it's longer, and it's not going to swap the columns. But notice that if I add another one, like 9:30 to 10:30, 9:30 to 10:30, I think it's going to swap them. What was this bullshit? 9:30. Is this one? Where is the 9:30 to... Wait a minute. Is this the one that I messed it up? It's not PM, but 10:30 AM. Sorry. Just 1 hour. No, I didn't swap them. It didn't swap them at all. Oh, okay. And let me just go from 9 to 9:30. 9 to 9:30. What? You didn't put it here. Nah, you don't work as I expected. You did. So I'm not going to sort this by height at all. I don't know what this is sorting by. Because I was expecting this guy to be... Oh, I know what this guy is doing. They just count these as a group, and this one just gets counted as a group. But I don't find it consistent, to be honest. I don't find it consistent if they are sorting it by height. Or if it has a pattern, it's not something that I find helpful to me. I thought you were going to prioritize this guy here because of its height. You're not sorting by height, nor the columns, nor the events. You're just sorting however you want to. And that's it. So yes, what I would do is just if you have available the next column, just stretch yourself. If not, then just shut up. Because as you could see, oh, I never amazing. At the very end, I have just decided to to stretch this, because Microsoft doesn't have like a, let me just show you back. I thought they were sorting it by height or something like that, but they're not. Let me just show you. Like here, I've been randomly adding a it's very weird. Like this one is just taking this, but if I put like from 9 to 9:05, I should expect like a little line here. Let's just 9 to 9:10, like 9 to 9:10. Wait a minute. A 10 minutes meeting. Save it. Yeah, at least in this case it did it, but it's not doing it always. This is in fact good, because you don't find space here, you don't find space here. This is the only place you're finding space to place the. That's very simple. But as you can see, this is the tallest of the columns here. And I could just add like another one of these, 10:15 to 11:30. Let's just add 10:15 to 11:30, and I would expect that it takes like this. How would you handle this white space? You know, how would you handle it? I guess you don't want these blank spaces, so let me just give you I'm sorry, what time was it? 10:30 to 11:30. 10:30 to 11:30. Am I right? What was your time, man? 10:15. I'm sorry, let's just start at... No. 10:30 to 11:30. 10:30 to 11:30. Save. Oh, so what did they do? They're just like, okay, we don't have enough space here, but we could just move you out of there. It's like if I had this case here, like, hey, you have I don't know, 11 to 12:30 meeting. Let's say this is 11. I'm sorry, let's just use 11 to 12. I'm sorry, to 12:30. Something like this. 11 to 12:30. I know there's some space here you can fit it into, and what you do is just this, and in fact I like it. It's like we don't want that. I liked it because we don't want to have inner white spaces. We could just reuse them. So what I think we should prioritize is not having white spaces, white inner spaces, and leverage them if possible. So we should do, oh, now we should check the same, the opposite situation, like this one. Can you see it? Like, let's see what it's going to do. If I add, to 9, like 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Another one of these ones. And let's see if it moves this one away, because it would have to move this one away or create another column. I'm expecting this one is moved to the end, because this is prioritizing not white spaces. So 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. That's what I'm going to do. 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay, save it. And no, it didn't. You just placed it here. Why was that? Oh, you just divided. If there's another one like you will just divide the time. Now, okay, not a problem. 8 a.m. to 9:15. 8 a.m. to 9:15. 15, dude. AM. Save it. What did you do? You don't want to move it. It doesn't want to move it. Because where would you move it? You would move it at the end. Interesting. So you not only add to the end, you just find any stupid space and you put it there. But yes, I think they are just so weird. My big question is like, why you put it there but not here, and you moved this one to the end or something like that? As this is Microsoft, of course they should have an algorithm like accommodate this in the less amount of repositioning attempts, that you can make it work. So that is not the case, because in this case you would have only had to reposition this one. You just put it here and you reposition this one, but you preferred to resize 3 guys and put it here instead of just moving this one as a new column to the right. But yes, it's kind of right, because if I move it to the right, I would have to recalculate all of the widths. Well, the widths could be easy, because this is coded in, I don't know, in as an attribute or something. But it just put it there, and it decided to resize only 3 of them and reaccommodate only 3 of them, and that is it. That is the less resizing amount. doing that would have produced the less resizing process amount. Because you just keep creating like let me just remove this one because I want to know if you are going to get stretched. You were stretched because of these. Yeah. So there was one column that got stretched. Shrinked, I'm sorry. 2 columns that got shrinked. You know? This and this, but this one kept taking the 2 columns. And if you take 2 columns, there's gonna be a problem because we said that, hey, you were a child of 1 column. But if you traverse columns, you might keep the same width, if I'm not wrong. This one was going to keep the same width because I enter from 8 a.m. to 9:15. 8 a.m. to 9:15. 9:15. Beautiful. You still took 3 columns. And you were like, okay, you're gonna be part of these. What I'm concerned about is like, why did this one got also shrinked? So you're definitely creating columns. You're definitely creating the columns. This one just spawned 1 more column. So but I'm confused. Why you didn't just put it? Was this because of the wrap here? Because you could have just put it here. And you're gonna leave like this big white space here? No. I don't know. Yeah, we could make it work, but it would have white spaces between the... I think this just has like more of optimization, more of an optimization bias here, because it creates the columns and all of these guys had to be recalculated. Definitely this one, and this one. So these columns, you're practically... These ones didn't get like wider. Yes, all of them. You recalculated all of them. You're resizing, and that's it. So this is very dumb. Like, why didn't you just put it here and move this one to the end of it? It's very weird. Let's just do this. 2 a.m. to 8:15. Delete it. Now this is much better now, but anyways, I wouldn't trust you. you're just lucky that this one's got like one right after the other. Very lucky. Okay. No, what I could do is just trying to prioritize, not white spacing. So if I have one like this that starts at something like this, I would just put you here and I will recalculate a space for you. You know? For you. Like, okay, this one fits perfectly there and you would have to get recalculated. But anyways, you could just you don't have that, so I will take you from here to here, right? But you could just, try to be wider, and you will be located here. Big space in here. And if I had this one that is going to go here, you will go here and you will be moved here, if that is the case. So that's like a thing, because we should go, are you overlapping there? So this will be calculated in joints. Is there a joint? Is there a joint in there? Like, hey, end and start time are, are end and start time. It's more complex than what I thought. We want to do it the best here, but not in the course. In the course, I'm not even going to do this. In the course, I'm just going to just calculate it, and if there are white spaces, not a problem. That's it. So I'm just gonna try to do that. Like, hey, you were able to be placed here, and that's good. That's like another thing that I want to know, because you can just search for a joint. This is the one you are joined to. Now this is a block. But we would have a really complex data structure that I don't want to explain, because now we would not only have columns, but we would also have blocks, like blocks of events, and those ones, like if you compare the heights, you will be moving them to the left, and you will remove all of the other ones to the right, like this, because I think that's what it is doing. That's what Microsoft Teams is doing. Calendar. It's like prioritizing this kind of blocks. If I have this, and we just put it there, we could just prioritize that. We could just calculate like the white space. And the white space is really easy to calculate, because you know that we have a start time and a max time. In this case, this block would be to 12:30. Now the max time would change, and this column is gonna have a bunch of white spacing here. It's like, hey, you have a very, But that is the same as, I don't know. Still don't know. If I sort it by white space, yeah, I could sort it by white space. But what I see is that as soon as you have a joint, it just puts it there in the Outlook. In the Outlook, look, as soon as it has a joint, I mean, if it gets joined here, let me just, I don't know, just delete this one. 9:30 to 10:30. Let's just create this like 9:30 to 11. You're gonna move this one to the left, to the right. 9:30 to 10:30. Yeah, let's just do that. 9:30 to 10:30. Beautiful. Can you see? And 9:30 to 10:30. Where is it? It kind of reorganized it. 9:30 to 10:30. It just reorganized them. Let's just remove it because I just created it. It was like this, and it just 9:30 to 10:30. Where was this one sent to? You create another column here? Yeah, I guess 10:15 to 11:30. 9:30 to 10:30. 10:15 to 11:30. Where is it? Look, you were moved into here. You are prioritizing that. Joints. So, and then you just, or what I would do is just check your white space. You know? So there are many things that this is doing. It also traverses, like if you have space to the right, just take it in the next column. Here we have 3 events that take 2 columns. Because they found the space to do it, to stretch themselves. But also this is prioritizing minimizing these minimizing the inner white spaces. The inner white spaces. He's just trying to have as many joints as possible. So I feel like there's an algorithm somehow before everything gets rendered that organizes them by joints. It could also be that one too, but it's not the case. It's just the one that has less white space, I would say. And this one was very fun because this one has more white space. I honestly don't find it consistent from any point of view. It just takes a different behavior each time. Would you click these and this is very beautiful, very pretty. I could just, take it and that's it. The organization of the calendar, joints. So yeah, what I would do is just that. Like, hey, do you have any available joint? And you will. And I would just calculate not the height, but what is the difference between the height and the blank space. There's a difference, of course, because I could have a height really long here in my white space. No, there's in fact no difference. If I would organize them by height, by total height. I think it's just about searching the joints. As you can see, this is the tallest, this is the second tallest, this is the third tallest. This is the same tall as this one, but with more white space. And this one is the less tall of them, of all of them. So I wonder if I add from 11:15 to 12. 11:15 to 12. No, what the heck? This one, but today. Now this one is taller, and you didn't organize it. You know, this is why I say that this is not pretty consistent in all of the cases, but we could just try to achieve something like that. I would just organize them by height, you know. In this case, this column will go to the left because it's taller, and that's it. But yeah, I can use like 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. one. 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. Save it. What did you do? Look at this, didn't search for a joint. And he didn't put it here because I guess he would have leave a lot of white space. Then this one would be moved to the next one, and that's it. In my case, it would be like, hey, I'm sorry, not you, if I make you really tall. Like, hey, can you just write to, you will be the one with the less, white space. So you will be placed here at the very beginning. Or you're just the tallest one, the tallest of all. And then we would just go with that, and That's it. Because if I create if I make you like this, look at that. She will be placed here. So it's not really like, wow, this is the more consistent behavior of all. I don't know. It's not like, I think it just tries to minimize the inner white space. Yeah. And that's just by calculating the heights of the rows, of the columns, I'm sorry. Because this one is like the second tallest, just right after this one, or if not the first. Should be much, should appear first on this one. And that wouldn't really change the amount of white space that we would have. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do this. Of course I will. But I would have to be really careful on the joints. Like, hey, are you saving any space? Because this is very dangerous. I could just, let's say you have this time here, and I could just put you here. You might be moved into a different place. But moving you into a different place may generate a new column or something like that. That wouldn't be a problem. But if you find a joint, just put you in there. Locate yourself in there. But yes, we are practically prioritizing joints. This one here would remove all of the ones that get overlapped with it. But that is only if you don't have space. Because, hey, I don't have space. It's like, hey, I have a joint here, but I don't have the space. If you don't have the joint, but you have space, you can just put yourself there. Otherwise, we would be putting like here, just because you don't have space. I would put you like here. I'm sorry. This one is a really nice situation. I got 10 to 12, 10 to 11, 12, 15 to 2. Jeff, like, how would you handle that? Did you put the tallest ones at the left? Would you put them at the left? Okay, like, I would replace you there just because there's less space. Yeah, I think that's a specific algorithm. That's a very specific algorithm. Because it's like you gotta pick a group of them that don't overlap, and that minimizes your white space. And you will be like deciding between like this, but it's very dumb. Just pick the earlier in the block. Are you sure that they're not ordered by time? That's it. Like this one starts early. This one is the next early that can fit here. Is that any problem? Then this is the next early. Then this is the early second that can fit there. Then we have the early. This early. This is earliest of all of them. This is the earliest of all of these. Many of these would have been the earliest of all of them. Yeah. And then this is the earliest of all of the rest. This is then the earliest of... Yeah, I think it's just go pick the earliest that you can put here. And that's it. Oof, I think I have it. Oh, that is the algorithm. 3 hours trying to... 3 or 2, I don't know. I was focused in the geometry of the thing, but this was more like a... I don't know. The simplicity. Yeah, so you would just pick the earliest of them that can fit here. Oh my god. You just pick it. Can you still be there? No. I would have to replan this algorithm. I will still work on it. The rest are going to overlap. So the columns are going to be automatically generated there. Like, there's gonna be a bunch of hours. Like, you are the leading one. The first one, you are the leading one. And you're gonna be like, hey, I need 2 very simple things. Just pick, this is gonna be your time. Pick another block. I'm sorry, I'm about to sneeze. I didn't fudge. So pick just the one that is closer to this limit. If it is the same limit, perfect. So you just pick the first. Let me just you pick this one, and if there was an earliest one possible, then it would be here. That's it. It's as simple as that. And that's in fact why you see this space here, because this is the earliest one that you can put here. I cannot put this one. I cannot put any of these because all of these starting points is overlap with this. So you're just gonna be placed here. And I see that these 2 overlap with me. So I don't care. I'm just gonna go with the earliest of them. And you're gonna create a new column. So a new column needs to be generated. It's even simpler than what I was just thinking about. I love, how do you say this, like country workers, people who use the pike, the pail, that just, you know, let me just search for this word. So the earth, because they are simple genius people. They don't overcomplicate things as I did. Why don't you just pick the earliest possible one that you can pick, and that's it, in the day. So you have a bunch of events, and so you're just gonna take this time. The earliest one that you can put in there. Is there any earliest that you can put in here? So this is always going to be the guideline. I'm like here. I'm gonna start by rendering the earliest of all of them, and so on. So the ones that that were left, it's because they are overpassed by this red line. Their start times are overpassed by this red line, but we know that they are later than these guys. So we're gonna have to then pick the earliest of all of them, which is this one, and so on. And I'm gonna paint this line. Okay, I have the algorithm. It's much simpler than what I was expecting. Beautiful, 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 simple thing. And this satisfaction, I wouldn't had it if I had used ChatGPT. So thanks God that we have some brain to, figure out things. Love it. I was trying to enjoy the moment. It's very simple. I'm not saying I'm smart. I'm not smart at all. Definitely. But I love to see the things by myself. So to figure out things by myself. That's it. So this is the final video. So we're just gonna, let me just write it here. Forget about all of this bullshit, because I was gonna try to, implement a very complicated thing, and we didn't really need it to do that. So let me just remove all of these. Let me remove all of these. And that's it. Much better now. So just search if there's an existing group. Man, what's wrong with you? I'm just gonna put it here. It's simple. Get the start render from earlier to red guideline earlier. The ones left need a new column. And that's it. Simple as that. Just gonna get the earlier one. So I get the earlier one, and that's gonna give me this this guideline. I'm gonna get the earlier from here to whatever later, and I'm gonna put it, and so on. And if there were some left, you're just gonna create a new column and gonna put them, and just gonna do the same. Of course, this is gonna have to be resized or whatever, but that's it. It's just clear, crystal clear. Let me just leave. Time to, I don't know, go to sleep. So thank you for staying. The ones who stayed. Of course, nobody was going to stay. But yeah, if someone watches this, oh my God.